Good afternoon, Raider Nation. My name is Brent Johnson. I'm along with me. I won't say guest because he was here with us before. Mr. Aubrey Carter is alongside me broadcasting today's first round of the GHSA State Tournament as your Lady Raiders are the #1 seed after defeating Jeff Davis in dramatic fashion last Thursday night in Hazelhurst, Georgia. I wasn't able to be there live. I was listening to it on the internet radio, Aubrey, but it's pretty exciting from 300 miles away. I can't imagine what it was like there as we were down by 4 going to the top of the 7th. We score 4 to tie, score 3 in the top of the 8th, take care of business, finish 10-7, kind of breaking their heart, giving them the #2 seed. They are home today as well, facing a team they will likely advance past, but they're in a little bit tougher part of the bracket because of that #2 seed. They're going to have to face most likely Harlem, who is the defending state champion, next week. So we were able to avoid that, come home ourselves for at least 2 series today. And if we get past this Early County Lady Bobcat team, we'll be playing next week versus either an East Lawrence team or Screven, which we're familiar with. And we'll talk more about the bracketology and all that a little bit later. But what you feeling, Aubrey?
A shame Jeff Davis beat us twice. And they're stuck with the 2 seed, and here we are with the 1 seed at home.
Yeah, it's funny, actually. It's laughable.
Yeah.
So we'll laugh about it. No, it's just a good, hearty.
We can laugh about it.
That's a good, hearty competitiveness there between grudge, there between two counties. Here, we're going to get this game started here. Bree Harper's on the mound for the Lady Raiders, and we'll go around the horn in just a moment. And the leadoff batter is number 12 for the Lady Bobcats. That's Leroy. With Muskimen, I think, if I pronounced that correctly, on deck. It's going to be 2 balls and no strikes here for Bree. She came in. Taz was a little shaky early on in the game last week. She came in and done a fine job of closing out the game against Hazelhurst. Jeff Davis and got that victory last week, so she has a lot of confidence, and this whole team, I believe, has a lot of confidence. They're sort of peaking at the right time.
Can you hear me?
Sort of peaking at the right time, and we're trying to iron out some audio things here. Swing and a miss there. It's going to be 2 balls and 2 strikes now on this leadoff batter. Trying to iron out an audio thing here with Aubrey.
Check.
Yeah, you can get it.
You hear me?
Yeah, there you go. You got
to
eat that thing. This ball is going
to be shallow center.
Oh, just a C&I single. Boy, we've seen those before throughout the season. Again, we have a matchup of a 1 seed, us, and the 4 seed from Region 1 AA, just west of us here. And typically the perennial power in that region is Berrien County. And again, this year they're the #1 seed, facing Metter out of our region as we're cross-playing that region 1 through 4. 1 on now here early in the top of the first. We're having a little over an hour delay as we had some probably 2 or 3 inches of rain fell between.
Issue at third base right here.
I'm not sure exactly.
Not sure. Oh, a vocal warning.
Oh, from the dugout. Well, that's interesting.
I thought she was complaining about maybe an illegal pitch or something. We're good now.
Second batter up is you said it right, Muskimen.
The third baseman. No, the first baseman. Excuse me.
Swing and a miss by Muskimen.
We got to bounce back right here and get another quick out.
I did some research on.
Or get the first out. Excuse me.
I did some research on this team this afternoon, but I left it on my desk in my office. But I'll pull their record up. I think they were 4-8 in region play. This ball is hit sharply out to Hodges.
Center, she's not going to get there.
And she's going to have to turn and toss it in. It's going to hold the runner at second.
Long single. So quick 2 on base. All right, now the pitcher up for Early County, Corson Corber.
The Lady Raiders have played very well the last couple of weeks, scored a ton of runs. There's that big changeup by Harper. One of the slowest changeups you will see that stays in that regulation height that has to remain under I think it's about 8 feet that the pitch has to stay underneath. Strike one, and this ball's going to be ripped to Johnson. She's going to tag her out, get the double play. Chance for a triple as she slowed down at first. Wow, that would have been nuts.
Thought we were going to get a runner's interference call right there, like Corson said. We don't get it, though.
I don't see a coach complaining.
We'll take that, though.
Absolutely. Double play, pitcher's best friend. Just a heads-up play there by Aniston. Right place at the right time. 2 outs now. Who's up to bat?
Now, Demaya Holmes, the third baseman. Quick 2 balls.
This Early County team is 15-13 on the season, and I was correct, 4-8 in region play. There should be a strike over that outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs now. Still 1 on. See if Bree can pitch herself out of just a slight jam here, and she's going to have a base on ball here. 2 on for number 33.
Center fielder. Holly Temple's up. First batter of the game.
Really, a bloop single got this thing started, and then another base hit to left center.
1 hopper to the plate. You're going to get a little rundown right here. Doesn't get the ball back to second quick enough.
Again, we're going to have a slow surface today for the ball infielders and for running, as it is wet. They spend an hour and 15 minutes working on the field because, again, I said earlier, we got about 2 inches or plus of rain in about a 45-minute period of time right before school ended. And so, again, we don't expect any more rain, nothing major at least, and we should get this doubleheader in today. Swing and a miss. 2 strikes now. 1 ball, 2 outs. Top of the first. This again, the game got started before we could really describe it for you if you're just joining us or have been with us. Best of 3 series. Swing and a miss. It's going to end the inning, and Bree does get out of the inning there with no harm, no foul there with 2 runners stranded, 2 hits, no errors. And, again, this is a best of 3 series. The rest of the way out, actually, this week and next week, best 2 out of 3. We'll play a doubleheader today. The if game, that means if they split today, the if game will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're hoping as the home team, we're definitely hoping for that. Not to happen. We want to sweep today and have some rest until next Wednesday, in which we would host, again, the winner of Screven or Early County, or East Lawrence. And then after the second round, which would be the Elite 8, we would automatically advance to Columbus to the state championship games, in which it's a double elimination there as well. And that's where we've been about 4 out of the last 5 years, and we anticipate hoping to get back there this year as well, especially as well as we've been playing. If we can put the bat on the ball, make some things happen, and don't make too many mistakes. I want to thank our sponsors for this game and the rest of the season, the athletic season for the 2017-18 school year, and that's Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply of Alma, Miss Lisa Coley. That's Family Vision Care. That's Doctors McQuaig and Hutta. And I want to thank Mr. Andy Cawthorn and Andy Cawthorn Auto Sales for being a year-long annual sponsor for all athletic events that we broadcast throughout this school year. And I want to thank them for being with us during the state playoff run here. Aubrey, this has been the part of our game that we have just completely stepped it up in the last couple of weeks. We were in a sort of a lull. We lost Brianna Booth to a broken hand, and after she went down, we had a couple of games against some really big schools up in Atlanta, and I think we just got hammered there a couple of games, and we were in a lull, and then we come back and got back to business and started just pouring out 10, 12 runs a game, and we're talking 15 hits, 12 hits, that sort of thing, and hitting the long ball. And here's Taz Whitley. Talk about long ball. I'll be shocked. And she takes – again, I'll be shocked if she gets another pitch in the playoffs, if people have been scouting this young lady, because it would be unfortunate for her, but it's a huge respect thing because she has been tanking the thing. I think she's had about 4 home runs in the last 3 games. And comes our center fielder, Zoe Hodges. And, again, I didn't go defensively around the horn earlier, but I will when we take the field in the top of the second as Taz is at first and Hodges at the plate. And she's going to lay down a perfect bunt. She's going to tag her. And that's what Zoe does. She's nothing flashy, nothing fancy, but she does exactly what she's coached to do. She's very good defensively in the center field, but at the plate, again, nothing flashy. She just does what she's asked to do. And we'll quit talking over here. I'm going to let you start. And you just announce every player up. Well, maybe I need to give you a we don't have a hard copy, so I'll call out our ladies. You handle the visiting team. This is Aniston Johnson. AJ's coming to the plate with a runner at second, and she's batting over 400. Again, I left all that information on my desk. I'm going to send Carson down to get it in the middle of the games here. Quickly, 2 strikes now on Aniston.
Two good-looking pitches.
I thought I'd have been a little better prepared for the state playoffs, but I'm not. I apologize for those at home. Just a little outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's a little high. Another high changeup, as you just stated, 2-2-1 across the board. Raiders with opportunity here to drive one home. And this ball is hammered to left field, deep and out of here. And again, the camera, where we have to set up, there's a bar there that kept seeing that ball going over the fence, but it's quickly 2-0 as Aniston goes deep, increasing her batting average and statistics on the year that she has goals of reaching. But number 1, increasing the lead 2-0 here. But we're in tight quarters here on the softball side, and I got a bar right here that runs right in the way of seeing that ball go over the fence. But really, the way it sounded, she almost called it on the hosel. It sounded like she really didn't put the barrel of the bat on it. If she had done that, it may have went to the parking lot. But we got Bree Harper, the pitcher, chance to help herself, swinging at ball 1 probably on that inside corner. More and more people filing in to watch these Lady Raiders. It is a Wednesday evening, hoping to get a decent crowd. We do know there's being church services this evening. I know that the local youth pastors have advertised they're going to have a quick youth service between the games for those that are in attendance. And she hammers this one down that left field line into the bullpen. Ball just outside. 4-hour bus ride.
4 hours.
From Early County. I've been through Blakely one time on the way to Dothan, Alabama, and it is a haul over there now. But riding on a cheese bus, that's another story. And I've been told that even if they do split, they're driving home. And she's going to take a walk here. With only 1 out, Ashley Durrance coming to the plate. Probably going to get a courtesy runner here.
For the pitcher.
And Doodle Johnson.
Courtesy runner. I can hear you.
Ball high. That's 4 pitches in a row. This pitcher seems a little frustrated. Maybe we can catch her when she just tries to throw it right down the pipe here on Ashley. She can take it deep any part of the field as well. It's another ball. I wouldn't swing until she threw me something I really liked. She's struggling now. I think that maybe the home run kind of got her. Yeah, here comes
times right here.
Comes the coach. He's going to come maybe try to talk to her, settle her down just a little bit. Aubrey, while we got just a second, let's tell the folks at home if Aubrey Carter is a graduate, 2016 graduate of Bacon County High School, and he is currently enrolled at South Georgia State College. Tell our listeners what your plans, Aubrey.
At South Georgia right now. When I get those 2 years done, I'm probably going to transfer to Georgia Southern, get my history degree, and come back to Bacon County and hopefully get into coaching a little bit.
Well, I'd be proud to have you back here, a former student of mine in the engineering tech department. The only thing I don't like about him is I taught him how to play chess his junior year, and before he graduated, really way before he graduated, he beat me just about every time. So that's the way it usually happens with most of my students. We're going to start up back here. Again, 2 balls, no strikes on Ashley Durrance. We got a courtesy runner for Bree Harper, who walked just ahead of her. And there's
a strike.
Now you got to think Ashley's going to be looking to pounce on something, anything close here. And sure enough, she does, and it's going to be just past Coach Poff in short left field there. I've still yet to have that conversation with her about, out of sight, out of mind, I guess, about why she stands so deep behind third base as the third base coach. She's almost like the outfield coach, you know. Yeah, I bet I'm assuming she had an experience with a really fast foul ball at some point in time. She learned her lesson that she thinks she'll just kind of back on out of the box. You know, to be honest with you, I thought that's why the coach's box was there, that you had to stay in it, but that's obviously that you're not. If there's a coach on the field, I thought you had to stay in that box, but no one all season has said anything to her, so I'm assuming that's not the case. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'd like to see us score a couple more runs here if possible, with Skylar Clement on deck, and she has been big with the bat recently. Ooh, that ball was going to hit her, I believe, if she hadn't fouled it off. Again, all through this lineup, you'll hear me talk, especially this latter part of the season, the last couple of weeks, everybody's been putting the bat on the ball. Even Kamari Strozier, she hits 2 home runs in Jeff Davis, the first 2 home runs of the season. I mean, yeah, back-to-back innings. She smoked them. There was no doubters. Ooh, swing and a miss on that good changeup. Just a great pitch there by the pitcher. The coach did what he's supposed to do. He come out and calmed her down, settled her down, and she come back and got the strikeouts. 2 outs now with Clement. I'm used to saying Clements after the 2 sisters have graduated. This ball is going to be hit back to shortstop. Just a great play. She shovels it to second for the out, and even though they get the third out, the Raiders are able to plate 2 here as we go to the top of the second inning. We'll take a quick break. Honor our sponsors and back in just a moment. All right, we're back here at the top of the second inning. Your Lady Raiders lead 2-0. If you're just joining us, I want to thank you for joining us on the NFHS Network, powered by Play On Sports, most importantly brought to you by BCTV Productions from Bacon County High School. I want to thank Mr. Carson Taylor for being here to produce the show for us, a freshman actually. And this ball is hammered into left field, and that's gone too. Wow, splashes in the mud hole back there.
Courtney Keith gets the inning started with a solo.
That was a little unexpected. Nonetheless, solo home run with no outs, 2-1, cutting into that 2-run lead. Again, I was saying our BCTV Productions is part of our Engineering and Technology Department and my STEM pathway at Bacon County High School. I am Brent Johnson along with Aubrey Carter and, again, Carson Taylor. I have umpteen other kids that help us do productions for football and basketball throughout the year.
Harley Smith up for the Bobcats.
Foul ball headache over here behind us.
Like it landed in the baseball bleachers.
It did. 2 games tonight we'll be playing. Hopefully the Raiders will win both and not require the split and the if game tomorrow at 6.
Long change up for a strike. Great pitch.
It is. Said I had to enable offline mode, so I did, and then
This ball is hit sharply to the shortstop. Anderson gathers it up and fires over to first for the out. Sort of a routine play there, but nothing's really routine on this field, Aubrey, as we can tell. It's almost like a plowed field. It's choppy. They had to put a lot of that the material, the powder, I forget what they call it, to put on the field, and they churned it in, mixed it in, so it's not a flat surface.
I actually did a pretty good job of getting this field ready. It didn't look.
Well, the field does a good job draining on its own, because I'm telling you, it was 2 to 3 inches at least that we received, and again, in less than an hour's time, from between about 1:15 and 2:15.
it was like one of the first 2 or 3 songs.
Quick 2 balls on Smith. There's a strike.
Down in the lower part of the lineup now. What about the 7th, 8th spot?
In the 8th spot.
And that's the difference in the Bacon County lineup, at least in the last few weeks. I bragged last year, and I talked about it the first of this year, from top to bottom, 1 through 9, our lineup last year I thought was the best offensive lineup we've had since I've been broadcasting. But I tell you, this year, this lineup is doing batting very similar to that lineup of last year. It doesn't matter which girl is up. Anything can happen.
Lady back here's distracted.
Payoff to Dana Smith. Fouled off. Another payoff.
Swing and a miss.
Swing on.
Second strikeout of the game for Bree.
Sack.
Was that a ball or a strike?
That was a strikeout.
That was no.
It's a Elena White up for the Bobcats now. Right fielder. First at bat of the game for her. Another ball. Got to get one over the plate. Right?
Yeah, we need to pitch these girls in the bottom of the lineup. Again, I'm not trying to down them at all, but typically, girls or in guys, baseball's the same way. Typically, your lesser average batters bat at the latter part of the lineup, so we're hoping to take advantage of that here. And she's going to hit this one. It's going to be
short play in the infield.
Great
easy
play.
Third
out of the inning. They do score one on the big solo home run by the leadoff batter in this inning, 2-1, as the Raiders are going to come back here in the bottom of the second. Let's see if we can tack on a few more. Be back in just a moment on the NFHS Network. All right, bottom of the second inning.
Hand, Schroeder, and Adams up for the Raiders now.
Gracie, who missed a portion of the first of the season, but this ball is going to be fouled out of play. Yes, it is. A pitcher for the Lady Raiders as well.
Yeah, may see her later on today.
She tweaked her ankle. First part of the season, was out for about 4 or 5 weeks. Ball inside. Again, a 4 seed and a 1 seed. I try not to get too excited and too anticipatory about what a score might be and what maybe I feel like it should be. You never know. You still have to play the game, and that's what our Lady Raiders are going to have to do. I do feel like we are the superior team. We just got to prove it on the field.
One-two pitch from Carver. Fouled off down third base line.
Short week for Bacon County school system as we were on fall break out Monday and Tuesday. I believe Early County, I was told, is they're on fall break now. It started today.
The weird homecoming week. No school in the first 2 days.
Yeah, it was like that last year. Had a short week, and it is strange. We're trying to get floats ready and that sort of thing. I'm a junior sponsor, and man, we just had, all of us have had so much on our plate the last couple of weeks. This ball is hammered.
Foul ball.
Foul.
Poff almost makes a play over there.
Yeah. I was at the fair just Monday with some TSA students, including Carson. At Perry, the National Fair, we had a technology student day, tech day there. Had a rally and then an opportunity for the kids to have some fun on the ride. Kind of bust this thing wide open here early.
0 out still.
And when I say bust this thing wide open, and if Taz gets something over the plate, again, I'll be shocked with a couple bases open here, even with no outs that give her anything to hit.
We shouldn't see anything hittable here with 2 bases open. Going to be fouled off down the left side.
That was a little high.
Got to wait on something you like right here.
I see administrators all around, teachers, one specifically, my new director this year, Mr. Clinton Johnson. Thank him for being here supporting the Lady Red Raiders and Bacon County High School. It's our CTAE
Bounce to the
director.
plate.
And
we're going to have another run score here.
5-1. We don't see I tell you what, you see the shoulders already kind of shrugging here for this early county team. They knew what they were up against, and again, I say that with confidence, not in cockiness. We're a really good softball team. We deserve to be ranked number 4 in the max preps. I'm not sure what AJC's got. It's got to be in the top 5 or 6. And we are a perennial power in Southeast Georgia or South Georgia. So we deserve that ball.
Middle.
Again, Taz just about knocks the pitcher's glove off with that hard single. No outs still. 3 runs in. Hodges to the plate.
Still 0 for 0 with the sacrifice in the first inning. Hodges is going to roll one down the third baseline, double play ball. Got one at second. So Hodges is going to be safe at first.
Good speed by Hodges. Good play by their third baseman, scooping it up. A really good throw to second. And if it wasn't for the speed of Hodges, it might have had an opportunity for a double play there. It's going to bring Johnson to the plate. And what did she do her last at bat?
You already know.
2-run
play to the parking lot.
2-run
shot.
Yeah, off the hosel of the bat. 1 out now, 1 on. Ball low.
Another bouncer.
Just really literally rolled up over the top of the catcher. Nothing she could do there. A little low.
It's the third wild pitch this inning for Carver.
Going to have a quick walk out there. Again, I want to thank our sponsors specifically. I'll talk about Miss Lisa Coley and Coley Electric and Plumbing Supply. You might notice you see some of the commercials that we've ran for a couple of the other sponsors. I've yet to run one for her. She's having some renovations and some painting and stuff done in her showroom there. So that's going to force you to go down there yourself and take a look around at what she has to offer, from your plumbing supply, the leading plumber supply in Alma and Bacon County and in this really surrounding area. This ball is hit deep to center field.
Center.
Should be a can of corn, and she does squeeze it.
There's 2 in a row.
I am a huge proponent of shopping locally, if at all possible. I know there's some things you just can't get in Alma. Sometimes you got to go to Walmart or some other, maybe a larger retail store for certain things. But if at all possible, let's support these people that support us. And this ball is
roller down third. They're going to make the easy play to get out of the inning. Raiders going to score 3 off of 2 errors here in the bottom of the second. See if we can keep it going back in the bottom of the third. We've got to get a stop right here in the top of the third. We'll be back in a minute.
We're going to take a quick break here. Be back in just a minute, as Aubrey just said.